So this is if I can find it, video on me building my fuel pump hanger. So in case you want to spend like a couple $100 on a billet fuel hanger, this is the budget-friendly way of doing it in FC. You can probably do it on any fuel pump hanger. Like, I know a buddy who did one on a plastic one. The FCs just happen to be metal, so it makes it super convenient. I'll get the old one up here to show you. I already get it disassembled and halfway done. I just basically have to paint it and put it back together, but I'll do a breakdown of it on parts I used, how to do it. It's really straightforward. So really the only things you need to order besides the larger fuel pump, because I'm getting a upgraded Hellcat pump to feed the LS. I gotta order that yet, but I mean the wiring's super simple. I have the old pump at work. They attach here. The level sender is here. The top return and feed line, they're the same size. They come out of both these holes. Obviously the feed come up directly above the pump, and the return just fed back down into the, I guess, splash, the baffle in the tank. You just cut those off flush. That'll bring off the pipe that's in there. You pull your fuel pump out, pull the excess out, drill out the top of the feed line and drill out the top of the return line. And that's all you need right there. That's it. I mean, whoever thought of this idea is a genius, or just got to it before someone else did, I guess, because this is literally what I thought of in my mind, and somebody sent me them and they were like, oh, this is what you need. I was like, dude, that's literally ideal. So I ordered these. They came in like 2 days. They're from Racetronic. Comes with an aluminum washer and a plastic washer. The 8AN supply I just notched out a little bit so it would fit around that power, because I didn't want any likelihood of that touching, because that would be a bad day if your fuel pump grounds out in your tank. I don't know if it would actually spark or catch fire, but either way I don't want to find out. The 6AN return was a little trickier because there's a ground spot on the top, which is, it's kind of knurled down, or I guess molded down to the top of the hanger. So in these washers, the aluminum ones have no sealing factor. There's no sealing. They're literally so the nut has something flat to go against. But I ground it down to, see this spot here, so it fits just like that. So it clears your gasket, your sealing surface. The other flat piece goes right underneath the pump hanger, and then that divot is cut out for that ground. So I'm gonna get painted here, and oh, another thing is this is the main power wire for your pump. I was stupid and I've never torn one of these apart, but it spins with a pair of pliers. They're very tight. You're not going to damage it, and if you do, it's always fixable. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't have to fix it, but maybe I should have, and I would have had more content to give you, but whatever. But they do spin. You might have to grind off the little bit of the pin or whatever cap this is, I don't know. But grind that off, and then your washer fits right next to it. I mean, it's literally ideal for what I want. So I'm gonna get this painted, and get it assembled, and show you the end result. So there it is. I mean, I have some lines put on in the pump, but put the level center back on. I'm gonna snug these up here a while. That's the ground, just goes to here. But that's it. If you want a budget-friendly fuel hanger, and you're not afraid to doing stuff yourself, which if you're doing your fuel pump yourself, this really isn't that much harder. The hardest thing is grinding off the aluminum washers so they fit right. That's about it. But other than that, super simple. I was gonna do a little unboxing because I got some more parts for the RX-7. It's just some engine stuff. I'll set you down here. So I got my boxes open, but those are new stock lifter buckets. LS7 roller rockers or roller lifters or hydraulic lifters. Yeah, hydraulic lifters. ICT valley cover with the knock sensor delete holes, because who cares about knock sensors, right? ARP connecting rod bolts. New thermostat. This was the main cap bolts. Yeah, main cap bolts. I don't know why that didn't register in my head for the bolt crank down. Yeah. I don't know why that didn't click in there. What's this one? Oh, the 92, the Phytech 92 millimeter throttle body. Look at this thing. It's ginormous. Like, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine a 102 or 106 millimeter one. That's fantastic. That should, I can't wait to hear, like, if I keep this throttle body or maybe get a bigger one, like when the supercharger's on it, I cannot wait to hear that. It's a mesmerizing sound. It really is. Don't get me wrong, turbo sounds are really cool, but just hearing the whine of a supercharger, I love it. Absolutely love it. What else is there? Connecting rod bearings. Then model main bearings. ARP head bolts. I was gonna go with studs, but I know someone who had stock, new OEM stock bolts that made 700 horsepower. I'm not gonna touch it. Now he was at like 20-some pounds of boost on, it was an unopened LS. I'm not gonna be anywhere near that, so I figured just upgraded bolts would be more than enough. And this is my fuel rails, billet fuel rails. So I could actually get some. I have an LS7 intake with injectors, so I could actually get my intake ready. So I got the throttle body and all that jazz on there. And then the CX Racing, I guess, swap kit for the mounts for a T56 and an LS, which I'm actually genuinely surprised at how well these look. There's a couple nicks here or there, but what do you expect? It was the cheaper side, but it's still really good stuff. So, once I get the engine back, I'll be able to set it in. I'll probably bolt these in this weekend, just for shits and giggles. And it's Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas, everybody. LS7 intake with injectors. These look kind of gross. I have a sonic bath, so I'll probably sonic bath them. I'm not really worried about it. 60 pound. Hey, cool. Maybe these are booty. I don't know. I'll have to research them a little bit more. But that's it. That's the first set of things I've gotten for. Oh, I got my cam yet too. That was a sloppy cam. I can't remember all the specs on it, but the YouTube videos I watched, it seems pretty choppy, so super stoked about that. And I might get this intake ready. I might bolt all this shit together after I clean it. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Glad you're following along. This might be super boring to some people, but it's exciting for me. So like, subscribe, do whatever you want.